keeping IRAKLIS BC off balance all night long, and that was the story of game one. The turnovers as Vanderplas steps through and Dziki Warszawa takes the lead. Czechma could have took that one up himself. Nice pocket pass, and Lance Ware, he misses off the top. Here's Dziki, 3-on-1 opportunity, up, here we go! Landruis with the big time jam. The pressure is on. This is what we are all here for, ladies and gentlemen. Vanderplas off the mark there. Lance Ware sweeping it up. You can see the incredible environment here as we are live from the Ivanofio Hall in Thessaloniki, Greece. Again, game two if you're just joining us. You see there the instant replay, Dziki taking care of business. Well, this is one of the most intimidating environments we have in the European Northern Basketball League. However, Dziki has played here before. Again, another turnover. Nice step through. A little bit too aggressive there. IRAKLIS back up. Great foul there. Landrews Horton picking up his first. And if we rewind to game one, the story of that matchup was turnovers. IRAKLIS just really careless with the basketball, but a lot of that credit has to go to Coach Marko Legovic for Dziki. Again, just really mixing up those coverages in game one. That one dribbles out. And the advantage that Dziki has is they played here in pool play, so they have the experience. In that game there, they was up big in the first half. Second half, specifically in the fourth quarter, IRAKLIS battling their way back into this one, ultimately winning by 12. As you see, Horton has fouled on the drive and will go to the line for two. Horton, 85% from the line in the ENBL, averaged 14 points, 3 assists, had a fantastic game against Valmira Glass, 18 points. A little bit quiet in the first leg of this one, but it was really that bench stepping up. Well, that one taps in, 12-7, 5-point lead for Dziki Warszawa here on the road. 12 points aggregate. Again, remember, Dziki is up by 7 points after winning game one, 89-82 at home. IRAKLIS must win by 8 if they are going to advance. So far, nice stroke there by Chris Smith. Chris Smith, I got a feeling he's on a mission to have a big day. A little bit sloppy there in game one, 5 turnovers, ended up fouling out in that one. But Landrews Horton says not so fast. You can feel the tension through the screen. Nice answer back there from IRAKLIS. And leading from the front is that man, Czechma, getting his first basket of the evening. And here is Chavez, blocked by Ware. IRAKLIS with an opportunity to regain the lead. And nearly does. This place would have erupted. Chris Smith picking up the offensive rebound. Lance Ware, he's fouled on the floor. That will be 5 team fouls on Dziki, so that will send Ware to the free throw line. Ware already 0 for 2 from the line, has had his struggles so far this season, only 56%. You see Chris Smith there getting sprayed out, locking in on that corner 3 ball there. In aggregate basketball, psychologically, is so tricky because usually the team with a small lead, you come out timid, you play not to lose, you're trying to play to hold on to a lead, and usually that team that's fighting from behind or that's down in the aggregate, they come out swinging out the gates, just like you saw IRAKLIS in this one, and Ware is now 0 for 3 from the free throw line. And 0 for 4 from the line to start this one. Offensive rebound, though. Nice drop up. Chris Smith stepping through, nowhere to go, over the backboard. And he is fouled. And it has been a chain of events here in Greece in game 1. It was IRAKLIS that were stacking up the fouls. IRAKLIS fans very vocal about that. But it seems as though the favor is being returned here in Greece. Chris Smith. Been sensational in the ENBL, 15 points, 8 rebounds in this competition. In game 1 down in Poland, 14 points, very impactful, but it was the 5 turnovers and the 5 fouls that ended his night early as he knocked down both, and we're tied. Here's Chavez. Chavez, the man of the match in game 1 off the bench, providing instant offense, and nice little left-hand swoop there from Suarez. Dziki with the 2-point lead. Ware 0 for 4 from the free throw line. Normally that robs you of your aggression. Chris Smith with the step back. Can't finish. Great rebound there by Horton. Gordon decides to slow things down. 2-point lead. 3:59 here remaining in the first. Looking to go inside. Gordon, step back, deep range, off the front iron. Here's Czechma. Again, you see the coverage, how Dziki is mixing it up once again. Nice little inside finish. Big time bucket by the captain. Moretis single-handedly willing the home team in this second leg. Look at that. That's box office, ladies and gentlemen. The former EuroLeague champion. Moretis, the defensive player of the year in the ENBL. Absolutely sensational in game 1, although his team come up short. Well, the captain takes a seat, and here is your shiny new toy for IRAKLIS, Ronald Sagoo. ENBL experience, played for Bros last year, lost in the quarterfinals to, ironically, Dziki. One of the biggest upsets in the competition. He is looking for a little get back, but speaking of get back, they're going right at him. Great defensive possession there. Here's Czechma. Sagoo, he has the wheels, ladies and gentlemen. Foot speed is incredible. Straight out the gate, dancing with it. Great defense there by Chavez, but better offense by Sagoo. making his presence felt from the jump. IRAKLIS up by 2, down by 5 on the aggregate. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. How can you not be? The winner of this one will advance to the ENBL Final Four, location to be determined very soon. Will happen April 22nd and 23rd, and I guarantee you that both of these teams would love a taste. Here's Chavez, left alone, burned him up last week. Can't do it here early with his first attempt, out of bounds. Here's Sagu, handle, ball on a string, up and under, floats it over, and Ronald Sagu letting the crowd feel his presence. 4 consecutive baskets by the new shiny signing. IRAKLIS taking no chances with an ace up the sleeve, bringing this roster something they do not have, and that is an elusive athlete at the point guard position. Sagu, a 5-0 run alone to give IRAKLIS a 5-point lead. Chavez short on both of these attempts. I can tell you one thing for sure, he is on the top of the scouting report. After that performance there in Poland, nice extra pass out in the corner. Kelly, left alone, Chris Smith knocks it down. Big time bucket by Chris Smith, and this place is rocking. Forcing Dziki into a timeout. Great job by Darko Kelly. Great ball movement, sharing the wealth. And Chris Smith going to the vault, cashing out. What a start we have here thus far. 25-17. If I haven't said it before, I'm your commentator, Drew Lasker. We had some technical difficulties at the beginning of this one. We apologize, but we are alive and kicking right now. Again, if you struggle with math, don't worry. I got you. Dziki with a 7-point aggregate lead. Which means IRAKLIS BC with their first lead in this one. On the overall score, they're up by 1. Again, I will keep you locked in on the aggregate score this evening. 25-17. Dziki looking for a response. Great ball movement there. Nice backdoor cut, and that is a beautiful finish there. Nice cut. Here's Sagu with that hesitation. Great defense there. Pull up, jump shot, got it. Great response there. Lead back up to 8, back iron. Chris Smith, push, cross, stepping in, charge. Great defense. Textbook defense by Alexandrovich. And if you're Dziki, you just have to weather the storm. Nice offensive rebound there. Ball loose, but he was fouled. Crowd not liking that call. You can see Kempa just pushed there in the back, just ever so slightly. Both teams in a bonus. So that will send Kempa to the free throw line for 2 shots. %72% from the free throw line in this competition. The 21-year-old has just really subtly made an impact in this playoffs. What a career he has ahead of him. Splitting the free throws there. And we are tied, ladies and gentlemen, on aggregate. 7-point lead here by IRAKLIS, all locked up over 2. And another foul by Chris Smith, and that will be his second. And again, that was the story in game 1. IRAKLIS leading scorer, unable to stay on the floor and stay out of foul trouble. And I'm sure, yeah, that is a clear offensive foul there. And you just can't have that by the veteran. You can see him trying to explain his case and wanting to go look at it, but I'm not so sure he wants to take a look at that because it is very obvious. Over the top pass, tipped away. 5.5 here left on the shot clock. Darko Kelly knocking it loose. Out of bounds here. 5.5 over the top. Here's Horton. Step back corner at the buzzer. And that is how the first quarter will wrap up in Greece. IRAKLIS straight out the gate. The captain, Moretis, setting the tone. And this game is 0-0, ladies and gentlemen, over aggregate. There's your game time stats thus far. Dziki, 1 for 7 from the three-point line, and that is an area that they're going to have to tidy up a little bit. 4 turnovers from the home team. But you got to like the circumstances that both teams have put themselves in. Dziki weathering the storm out the gate early. And the question mark was, how was IRAKLIS going to respond to the adversity? Here's your highlights. Well, let's lock in for the second quarter. A couple of fresh bodies there on the floor as Funderburk returns. Story of the first quarter, it was all about Landrews Horton right there previously on your screen, getting the road team off to a great start. Again, a three-point line. Frekovic unable to clean it up. Here's Moretis. 2-3 zone from Dziki. Keep an eye on their defense. Mixed it up consistently, keeping IRAKLIS on their toes. It looks as though so far they were able to solve it. Chris Smith, 2 fouls. Excuse me. DJ Funderburk, pardon me. Funderburk will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Knocking down the first. 11 points, very impactful in game one, specifically in the first quarter. But it was those 5 turnovers. Again, Funderburk and Chris Smith, 10 turnovers combined in game one. Somehow gets his own offensive rebound. And Edge picks up the foul. And coach is livid. Marko Lekovic letting the referee have it. IRAKLIS up by 1 on aggregate. Here's Sagu. Very impactful off the bench in his first ENBL minutes of the season this year. Block, nice job there. 2-on-1 opportunity. Edge throwing it up. That's a great foul there by Darko Kelly. Looks as though the referees are discussing if this is just a common foul. I believe they were discussing if it was an unsportsmanlike, but it looked like it was a play on the ball. And if you're asking me, it looked like a playoff foul. We play on. Well, Darnell Edge, his first free throw attempt of the evening. Knocks down the first. I mean, look at the confetti behind the basket. This is one incredible environment we have in our league. But it doesn't faze Edge. Moretti sizing up the 2-3 zone. 5-point lead in his bag. Sagu. Step back jumper. Moretti's this time can't finish. Frakovic sweeps it up. Horton. Inside the Vlander pass. Great skip pass. Edge 3-ball. Corner pocket. Darnell Edge stroking it. Funderburk trying to keep it alive. Out of bounds. And it'll be a Dziki Warszawa ball with an opportunity to either tie or take the lead. IRAKLIS showing off a 2-3 zone. Here's Horton. Sagu. Looked like a flop warning. Horton taking no prisoners. The visitors asking for it. You're not going to get that at this stage of the playoffs, that's for sure. We're all locked up at 28. Lance Ware really active on the boards, but nothing to show for it, and a blocking foul called. Let's take another look at it. Edler Davis just not quite squared up. Wonderful call by the referee. Both teams with 2 team fouls. You can see the tense look there on the coach's face. Coach Lukic there, head coach of IRAKLIS BC. Here's Chavez. Going back inside. Frakovic can't get the friendly roll. Here comes the Greeks, Edler Davis. Great transition defense there by Dziki. Lance Ware going inside. And Frakovic looked as though he was holding on to the hip of Thunderbird. Third team foul on Dziki. .28 all, 2:7:12 remaining here in the second quarter, and that is a 5-second violation on Dziki. Excellent defense as Segu had nowhere to go with it. And again, it's the constant shuffling of the defense by Legovic. Dziki with an opportunity to regain the lead. Chavez. Quiet so far in this one. Soares, nice right to left cross, getting into the body of Ware, and foul called on Lance Ware. Lance Ware need to be careful there. Don't want to pick up a technical. Both teams looking to punch their ticket to the Final Four. It would be the first for IRAKLIS, and it will be a return for Dziki, but this time looking to go a step further after winning the bronze medal last season. Rivaldo, Soares knocking down both, showing pressure in the backcourt as Dziki regains the lead. Here's Checkma. Edler Davis getting in the teeth. Blocked by Soares. And another foul in transition by Checkma. And I'm not sure about that one because now with 6:40 remaining in the half, Dziki will be shooting free throws from here on out. Horton. Contact, and that will be a foul on Moretti. And for the final 6 minutes and 31 seconds, Dziki will be shooting free throws. Landrews Horton, 11 points to his name so far, sprinkled in with 4 rebounds. And again, it's just that contact right there. Great heads-up play there by Horton. Horton, 27 years old. Now in his 4th season. Has played in Cyprus and Sweden. And looking to make himself a household name in the ENBL. Splits the two. Three-point lead for the visitors. Thunderbird dropping it off. Lance Ware. Oh, Lance Ware. Looking to put Oguama on a dinner plate. Ware so far this evening 0 for 4 from the free throw line. Can he overcome his struggles? 0 for 5. And confidence is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. As you continue to have free throw struggles, the body begins to tense up. The ball begins to feel sweaty. Can Lance Ware just relax himself? 0 for 6. Chavez off the dribble drag action. Nice play there, which leaves Horton open, and he can't knock it down. Great play call there from Dziki. Ware keeping it alive, as Funderburk was unable to knock it down. And coach rolling the dice. Chris Smith, along with his 2 fouls, returns. Edler Davis, in and out. You can see the confidence in Horton right now. Just has that little bounce to his step. Great defense there. Soares dropping it off. Charge. Great job there by Justin Edler Davis. Coach Legovich loving what he's seeing so far in this one. IRAKLIS on the ropes. Down 3 here, but down 10 on aggregate as we take for time. See the fans in the building. Well, one team has already punched their ticket to the Final Four, Sustanix out of Germany. First team to get their golden ticket to the promised land. We got 3 others hoping to do the same. The winner out of this one coming up at you next. We got Dynamo Zagreb against Manchester Basketball. Only 2 points into that one. And then coming at you, we got ENBL playoff action coming at you on Easter Sunday. CSO Voluntari, the champs, locking horns against Riga Zelli. But for now, all eyes on this one. Nice stroke there from the captain. Moretti's 12 points to his name this evening. Vanderplas looking to get going. Chris Smith got to be careful. Travel. That's great defense by Chris Smith. Just being disciplined. I must remind you of those 2 fouls, as IRAKLIS can ill afford for him to go with 3. Knifing his way inside, leaving Smith open from the wing, too strong. Better be careful there. Here's Horton, put him in a spin cycle. Chavez, blocked! But a goaltend called on Edler Davis, and he wants to go and review it. He's saying he got to it before it hit the backboard. I couldn't see it in real time. That's why I'm not an official. But we have some of the best in the building for you today. Chief Crew, Marius Chulin on the 1s and 2s, along with Najim Shabani out of Kosovo, and also Bartlovev Kuharski out of Poland. Let's take another look. Great heads-up play there, and that looked clean. I believe he got it before it hit the backboard. Let's take another look in slow-mo. Great job, producer. That is clean, ladies and gentlemen. If the ball hits the backboard first, it is a goaltend, but I believe Edler Davis blocked it onto the backboard. But again, I have the riches of technology in my pocket, and that's the great thing about this league. There is an official review. Here's a closer look. Yes. That's a great block by Edler Davis. I will be shocked if it's anything other than IRAKLIS ball here. But it's not about how I feel about it. It's about the referee crew. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. No basket call. What a play by Justin Edler Davis, saving the day. A 2-on-1 opportunity. Could that be the difference later on? We shall see. Moretti's on the ones and twos. Excuse me, Czechma. Chris Smith attacking the closeout in Thunderberg with the hang time. Great driving kick there by Chris Smith. Here's Chavez, unable to get his evening going thus far. Looking to change things. 0 for 3 so far. Great rebound, Suarez. It is called on the floor, but both teams in the bonus, so Suarez will return to the free throw line where he is 2 for 2. And if that is on Chris Smith, let's see. No one was there. I believe it was called on the contact before, because that could have been disastrous if it was Smith. Suarez, the former Oregon Duck and Oklahoma Sooner, not fazed. Suarez. Calm, cool, collected. Knocking down both. Both teams locked up at 33, and it's a crucial final 3:45 remaining here. We always talk about finishing quarters. Which team will take the momentum? Chris Smith. Edler Davis off the front rim. Suarez looking to attack. Chavez skips it over. Foul called on Czechmas, and that will send Dziki to the free throw line. That will be Czechmas' third foul. So foul issues for IRAKLIS. Czechmas with 2. Moretti's with 2. Chris Smith with 2. Or Czechmas with 3, excuse me. Hence why he's been sent to the bench. Kempa. How about the young fella? 21 years old. in this environment, just stepping up like it's nothing. 2-point lead for Dziki. Here's Sagu in a 100-yard dash with Chavez. That would be interesting to watch. Moretti's getting in the body. Chris Smith attacking the closeout. Closed off. Fouled by Horton. That will be Horton's second. Both teams in a little bit of pickle. Oguamo already with 3 in less than 4 minutes. And also Frakovic, the big fella, man in the middle, he has 3 as well. And Darnell Edge and Horton both with 2. Chris Smith can't finish both, down by 1. Horton. Ball screen action. Ghost screen by Vanderplas. Horton in space. So dangerous. Gets his switch. Matched up. Snatch. Cross. Got it. And Landrews Horton is in his bag, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm talking about top shelf. Drop off Funderburg. Looked like he traveled previously, but it is a foul called on Horton, and that will be look at this play here. Little snatch back, getting what he wants, getting in his bag. Real comfortable at the moment. Funderburg. Back at the free throw line, 1 for 2. On the afternoon, Coach Legovich. How special will it be to get back to the Final Four? And the free throw woes for IRAKLIS continues. 7 for 17. That's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. .225 here in the second quarter. The story of the half for Dziki has been about Landrews Horton. Chavez, who was the man of game 1 so far, 0 for 2 from the field. Still can't finish. Soares. Dziki with another crack at it. Leaving Horton. Snatching back. 3-point line. Big time shot. Another offensive rebound. And we have a jump ball as both players were tied up. Great heads up play there by Silas, the Canadian. Three-point deficit for Sagu and company. For IRAKLIS, you just a tie at the minimum is what you want. Already down 7 on aggregate. Sagu looked like it was tipped. And that is not a smart foul there on Funderburg. You're already in the bonus if you're Dziki. And so you go and send them to the free throw line. With Soares so far has been flawless. So the story, Dziki up 3 in this one, 10 overall in aggregate with an opportunity to go up 12. IRAKLIS with a lot of work to do in the second half. Got off to that great start, Moretti. But Dziki doing a great job of just weathering the storm. You see him there. Will that cup and EuroLeague championship experience pay dividends here today? Going inside, Funderburg on the floor, out of bounds, and great defense by Dziki. Again, Coach Marko Legovic continues to play chess in this matchup, and so far, he has the upper hand. Timeout called. .40-35 here from the beautiful Ivanofio Hall Arena in Thessaloniki, Greece. What a location. But IRAKLIS does have experience on their side as they took down the legendary EuroLeague club Panathinaikos 76-74 on March 8th. Currently in this competition, they're 5-0 in the ENBL as Funderburg tries to get some clarity from the referee crew. Chavez with space. Another offensive rebound by Vander Plas. And the team from Poland, currently up 14 points on aggregate, has the home team on the ropes here in the first half. Moretti looking to change it. Dribble, drive, dumped inside. Funderburg, he can't finish. And this second half will really test the camaraderie, the mentality. And that dribbles out. Is it in the stars for Dziki to do it again? Last year taking down one of the big boys, shocking everyone in the competition, handling business against Bamberg over 2 legs and winning the bronze medal in the competition. Can they do it again? Well, they're halfway there. Chavez looking for more. Vander Plas, one-on-one advantage against Sagu. Mismatch, fouled. Sagu looking confused, and this is the same thing we saw from IRAKLIS on the road, putting all that energy into the referee crew as opposed to putting the energy into the X's and O's, and it is a technical foul called as well. Chavez gets his first point of the evening, along with 2 free throws as well. from Vanderplas. And that's the difference, ladies and gentlemen, is the accuracy from the free throw line currently. Dziki consistently knocking theirs down. IRAKLIS 9 for 20. I repeat, that is not a typo. Timeout called. IRAKLIS on the ropes here in Greece. Down 8, 15 aggregate. Excuse me, down 9. I talked about you guys' math. I need to tidy up mine. Nevertheless, you get the point. Dziki taking care of business. Across town in Croatia. Manchester basketball on the road to Dynamo Zagreb. Trying to get an inside look at that score. For some reason, it's not quite showing, but I don't think that's anyone's concern on this feed. Speaking of this feed, where you tapping into from today? Drop your flag, drop your location, drop the team you are representing here today. We have fans all over the world tuned in to the ENBL. We want to hear from you. Final 12 seconds here in the half. IRAKLIS looking to execute out of the timeout. Moretti and Justin Edler-Davis nearly bringing the house down. Foul called there. Take another look here. Moretti's pushed in the back. With both teams being in the bonus. That will be 2 shots, but Edler-Davis, not before another technical foul, this time on Dziki, as Moretti's will take a visit to the line. Calmly knocking down the first. Well, I thought the foul was on Edler-Davis, but it was actually on the drive of Moretti, so he will have 2 shots. And the free throw woes continue for IRAKLIS. (11 for 23 from the free throw line. Well, down 7. You can't foul here. Dziki finding Vanderplas, has time, half court, unloads, and that's how the first half will wrap up here in Thessaloniki. It's the men from Poland. Dziki Warszawa 45, IRAKLIS 38, up 7, 14 on the aggregate. The home team with a lot of work to do. There's the stats, and the first thing that catches my eyeballs is the free throw difference. Dziki, so efficient, 20 for 23. On the other side, IRAKLIS, 11 for 23. That is the separator. That is the difference. What a second half we have in store. Make sure you do not touch that dial. Go grab a beverage, a quick snack, And make sure you come back and visit. Alexandrovich. So, nice pocket pass. And lands where he misses off the top. Here's Dziki. 3-on-1 opportunity. Up. Here we go. See there? Instant replay, Dziki. Taking care of business. The coverage. How Dziki is mixing it up once again. Nice. Little inside finish. Big time bucket. Watch the home team in this second leg. Look. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ivana Hall Arena here in Thessaloniki, Greece, home to IRAKLIS BC, the number 2 seed in the competition so far this season, 5-0 at home in this competition, but they find themselves in a world of trouble here in this second leg aggregate matchup with Dziki Warszawa out of Poland. Currently down 45-38-7. But that's not it. They came into this matchup already down 7 in the first leg. So you do the math. Down 14 points in total aggregate with a lot of work to do. Meanwhile, on the other side of the coin, the visitors, led by Coach Legovic, has put on a coaching masterclass in this matchup. Game 1 caused IRAKLIS all kinds of issues mixing up the defense and seems to be doing the same, specifically in the second quarter. Only conceding 11 points there, forcing the home team into confusion, frustration, and disappointment. When you look at the free throw line, they've gotten their opportunities. Can't complain about that. They haven't taken care of business. 11 for 23 from the free throw line. You see it right there on your screen. That is not a typo. However, it's not all doom and gloom. That's why we play the game. We've seen crazier things happen. So this thing is far from over. But there's a big prize at the end of this 20 minutes. A ticket to the ENBL Final Four, where if you follow this competition last year, just an incredible event that was held in Slovakia, but the location of this year is not yet confirmed. But we do know the dates: April 22nd, April 23rd. And one of these teams will be featured. Well, all 1,200 of you, buckle up your seat belts. Here we go. Underway, second half. Edge. Suarez. Horton, who was the man of the half. Great defense there by IRAKLIS. Head tap action by IRAKLIS. Moretti's dropping it off. Drive, kick. Sagu turned down a wide open shot, but this is what he likes, that midi that he came up short on. Suarez out of bounds. Sagu getting the start here over Czechmas, while Dziki running out that same lineup that held down the fort at the beginning. Here's Sagu turning on the accelerator. Horton being sent to his left by Funderburk. Rises over the top, and Landrews Horton has been unstoppable here in Greece. What a shot. Sagu left alone. He can't answer back. Great defense there in the backcourt. 48-40 Dziki. Moretti's left alone at the left wing. Can't finish it. But a foul called here. Is that on Horton? Horton, 2 fouls in the first half. Frankovic had 3. Stats haven't been updated just of yet, so unsure who that one was called on. But I will keep you updated. (8-11) here in the third quarter. Pull-up jump shot, just a lid on the basket, but where? Keeping things alive. I mean, Dziki's defense has been incredible. Thunderberg throwing it down. That's more like it. Gordon, 18 points in this affair. Torres. Over the top, Frankovic, too strong. Foul call on Torres. That will more than likely be on the floor. He did his best job of trying to sell the shot attempt to the referee not buying it. Moretti's. Edler Davis left alone. And just time and time again. Vanderplas left wide open. That's too strong. Both teams a little slow out the gate. Fast break opportunity. Edler Davis kicks it ahead. Moretti skip pass. Corner pocket. Sagu. No. And Ronald Sagu, known for his speed with the jump shot from beyond the arc. Not typically his forte. Chavez back in the action. Edge. Dziki up 6. Edge shaking big. Darnell Edge sticking it. Dziki is answering every run. Nice pass there. Foul called on the floor. Edge, a little shake and bake. That is a tough shot there. Sagu. Moretti's drop-off lands. Where with the hammer? A little bit of extra sauce on that rim. Could have potentially have been a technical foul, but referees letting them play on. Frankovic bumping inside. That's just too easy, Lance Ware. Frankovic taking candy from a baby inside. Thunderberg losing his footing, letting it go, and Thunderberg knocking down his first 3 ball this evening. IRAKLIS desperately need a stop. Inside, Vanderplas, pump fake, left hand, and it rolls in. Dziki passing every test this third quarter as Edler Davis can't stick it. Here's Soares inside the teeth stepper. Last where, give me that. Going window shopping. IRAKLIS on the move. Foul called on Vanderplas. What a block there by Ware. Funderburk losing his balance, but somehow able to find his footing. And then, how about that? Lance Ware. Funderburk attacking, snatch back, getting the defender in the air, stepping around. Amazing footwork by Funderburk. That would have been a highlight. But unfortunately, it has been the free throw line. 3 for 6 for Funderburk, but it hasn't just been on him. It's been a collective debacle. 11 for 23 for IRAKLIS as he calmly knocks down the first. The winner out of this one will face CSO Voluntari and Riga Zelli. That matchup kicking off on Easter Sunday. Vanderplas left alone, great footwork. IRAKLIS finally gobbling up a stop. Huge possession here. Moretti, the captain, leading the ship here in Greece. Chavez looking to answer back with a step back. And here we go, a little momentum being built here in Greece. Stepping through in Moretti, a man on a mission. These fans have not stopped since the opening tip. Incredible. Free throw woes continues for IRAKLIS. Down 3-10 on aggregate as Chavez is fouled from behind. Only the second team foul on IRAKLIS as Moretti goes and gets a well-deserved break. 17 points to his name this evening. Soares will also grab a breather. Chris Smith. This is a crucial moment. These last 4 minutes, a little momentum brewing for the Greeks. A stop here would be crucial. Chavez has not had the hot hand tonight. Has the lane, stepping through, and Chavez. Taking advantage of the tight coverage because of the three-point efficiency he showed in game one. Nice drop off to Chris Smith. Nice play. And all of a sudden, you feel as though IRAKLIS has found something offensively. If you're Dziki, you must keep scoring. Chavez Vanderplas from deep. Sagu cleaning it up. Ball screen action, get the defense on his hip. Eller Davis nowhere to go. Great defense there by Dziki. As Darko Kelly tripped up. This time, this moment, and he just stepped on Oguama's foot, and that would be Oguama's fourth. And he has just not been able to get his evening going. And Coach Marko Legovic wants to talk things over. We see the support not only in the building, but we do see the support in the comments as well. Everyone locked in on this one. Again, across town as well. Dynamo Zagreb, Manchester basketball, tied up on aggregate there in the third quarter. Manchester with a 2-point lead in that blockbuster finish a week ago. We got even babies supporting the men in blue straight out the womb. Darko Kelly. Seeing his first point go through of the evening. Knocks down both, and we have a 1-point ball game here in Greece. You just feel the momentum just slowly turning. Frakovic matched up against Smith. Smith gets him in the air. Great finish. Smith trying to muscle weasel himself inside. Nice cleanup duties there by who else? Eller Davis. Again, you must keep scoring if you Dziki and Chavez answering the bell. Three-point lead for Dziki, 10 total. Horns action for Sagu, getting to that median. He just cannot find his offense here tonight. But Eller Davis, a menace. Although his offense has not been as consistent as usual, he's finding other ways. And that's what great players do when the shot isn't falling. 1 for 9. You got to make the hustle plays. Eller Davis knocks down the first. A seesaw. Final 5 minutes here. Lane violation on Dziki. If he misses, it is called, but it doesn't matter because Eller Davis knocked down the free throw. And Dziki. And we have an technical foul. My instinct, yeah, we need to take another look at this. Let's check it out. So, a flop called on Horton, but because that was the second flop warning, it resulted in a free throw for IRAKLIS, who, as we've consistently seen, has just not been able to knock down free throws. Chavez slowly starting to put things together. Foul called on IRAKLIS, only their third team foul. .137 in this one. Dziki clutching, holding a 1-point lead. Frees up Frakovic. Darko Kelly defending Edge. Edge getting his mismatch. Inside, the young fella, give me that! A foul called on Chris Smith, and he can't believe it. The body first. The body before the block. Chris Smith's third. Kempa. Is he feeling the pressure, the weight of Poland on his shoulders as he misses both? 2-3 zone from Dziki. There goes Moretti, his stats of the evening. He's got the party started. Funderburk seeing a double team. Werman squeezing. Great defense there by Dziki. Frakovic. 1-point deficit. Handoff with Chavez. He is fouled, and that will send. That is a 3-point attempt. Wowzers. Chavez getting grace from the referee as that was called an act of shooting. So 3 free throws approaching. Incredible. If you are Edler Davis, I might be arguing the case of what's the difference in that moment. And this place is livid. 4-point lead as Chavez knocks down all 3. Checkmas, big time shot. Boy, did they need that. A stop required. Final 30 seconds here in the third. Any contact results in 2 shots. Clock down at 8. Chavez sees a highway to heaven, and he's fouled. Talik Chavez. And the elusiveness, the foot speed. IRAKLIS is just struggling to stay in front. Talik Chavez with 6 consecutive points late in the third. 5, excuse me. Final 10 seconds here in the third. Nice jump off Lance Ware. And the bucket will be included. Nice little slip there from Ware and just the length, taking the contact and gliding himself to the rim. However, it's not guaranteed here from the free throw line. 0 for 6 on the night. Lance Ware 0 for 7. Chavez with an opportunity with the foot speed. He can't get downhill. Lets it go, hoists it. And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. 3 quarters down. Dziki controlling things. After 3 quarters, up 2. 9 in the aggregate. 10 minutes remaining. One of these teams will be punching their ticket to the Final Four. Well, the elephant inside the Ivana Fio Hall Arena that every fan in the building will be wondering, does IRAKLIS have anything left in the tank? Have they handled any adversity at this level to be able to stay calm? Only 10 minutes, and the question will be answered. Here we go. Well, nearly. I think we just all need a moment because we know how huge this next 10 minutes will be. Here we go. Moretti's, can he draw in from that experience, that EuroLeague championship experience? Chris Smith muscles in. It rolls out. Edler Davis, offensive rebound, taking the contact. Edler Davis seems to be everywhere. Knocks down the first. We are tied. 67 all. Pressure in the backcourt. Edge. They get their mismatch. Frekovic matched up against the smaller Edler Davis. Going straight inside, straight to business. The big fella. Dziki back up 2. Smith stretching, corner, ball. Way too strong by Darko Kelly. Foul called on Edler Davis. And Chavez, what a last 5 minutes he's had after being shut out for most of this one. Has just risen from the dead. 11 points stolen away. Great finish. And Edler Davis putting the Greeks on his back. Back tied, 7-point aggregate deficit for IRAKLIS. Getting back inside. 3 seconds called on the big fella, and Edler Davis is like, thank to the heavens, because he knew he was cooked in that situation. Two-point ball game in Croatia. Tied game here in Greece. What an evening for the ENBL. Darko Kelly looking to right his wrongs and can't finish on the floor. There's a scramble in pursuit, and it will be Dziki's ball. Both teams leaving it on the floor. Substitutions. Horton, the lead man, returns. IRAKLIS just cannot seem to get over that hump. Pressure. Horton straight off the bench, straight off the front iron. Here's the moment. Here's the opportunity. Ware inside, and he's fouled. And what a great foul, because the free throw line has been his personal nemesis. Lance Ware, 0 for 7, 54% on the season. 0 for 8 from the free throw line. And ladies and gentlemen, if he makes his free throws, IRAKLIS would have a 1-point lead. Mentally, psychologically, it just buries you, and that was off before it even left his hands. 0 for 9 from the line. My goodness, Frankovic, that must be a foul. I'm not sure why he felt the need to do that in that moment, but it is clear as day. And the fouls beginning to stack up for Dziki. It will be very interesting as you see the numbers from Edler Davis, 0 for 5 from the 3, to see how Lance Ware, aggressiveness inside. Exactly that, looking to give it up inside. Offensive foul called on Ware. And I say it again, IRAKLIS just unable to get over the hump. Backdoor cut, Chavez inside. Frankovic loses it. Both teams with subtle mistakes in the fourth. Is it the pressure? Frankovic, 4 for 7 inside. You almost feel like the first team to score will be able to take it home. Chris Smith in the space, and Chris Smith, the veteran. And IRAKLIS with their first lead in a very, very long time. Down 5 on aggregate. Big possession for Dziki. A bucket will be welcomed. scattered offensively. 6 on the clock. Horton got to get to his bag. Got to go shopping. Stepping around. Stepping back. And great defense there by Dziki. Able to clean it up. Chavez. Fresh clock. Snatching. Back. Playing peekaboo behind the screen. Getting space. Stepping in. Chavez. And it is a off-the-ball foul called. Great hustle there as Frakovic was pushed in the back. Ladies and gentlemen, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to lock in, text them, email them, Instagram them, the link to this one, because we have a box office finish here in Greece. The winner punching a ticket to the NBL Final Four. And what a finish! Darnell Edge slicing through the defensive wear. Things back locked at 71. Smith getting inside, drop off, Edler Davis, and he loses it. He wants to go immediately to the screen. You can see the emotions on every player, coach, fan in the building. I think Chris Smith probably should have just shot that little midi. Dziki with a chance to go back up in this one, already with a 7-point advantage. Vanderplas. Gordon. 5 on the clock. Got to make it happen. Stepping around Smith. Smith landing in his space. And Landrews Horton having a day. What a move. What a shot. Blind to the basket. That could be the play, the sword. But he can't finish the 4-point play. 10-point lead by Dziki. Moretti stepping behind. He can't stroke it. IRAKLIS 7 for 22 from downtown. Inside, drop off and Edge. No, tipped away. Loose ball. Dziki winning the win. The referee's letting them play on. It's playoff basketball, ladies and gentlemen. Horton. Floating. And Landrews Horton. Allow him to reintroduce himself. Putting on a show. Three-point ball game here in Greece. And take a look at this one. This is a highlight that will be shown all around the world, ladies and gentlemen. Gordon with 2 free throws incoming to push the lead up to 5. Meanwhile, 4th quarter in Croatia. Zagreb, 7-point lead over Manchester Basketball. 2 teams will be punching their ticket. Who will be joining the Germans? Dziki from here on out will be at the free throw line. Gordon calmly knocks down the first. Gordon knocking down both. The new signing, Sagu. Does he have a cape on? Lance Gordon with 23 points here today. Final 5 minutes of this one. 11-point deficit. Frekovic returns for Dziki. Huge moment for the home team. Nowhere to go. Sagu forced into a tough pull-up jump shot. And Chavez comes up with the Lucy Soares. What a smart play there. Nice hustle there by Thunderbird. You can see the looks on IRAKLIS' face as the home crowd looks on subdued. Chavez looking to throw out the knockout punch. IRAKLIS dodging a budget. Still plenty of time. Sagu skip to the corner. Smith. Ball screen action for Moretti. Smith all by himself, and he can't finish. Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing is falling for the home team. And that is the story, ladies and gentlemen. When Coach puts his head to the pillow tonight, he will be tossing and turning over the free throw debacle here tonight. 20 for 38, 18 missed free throws from the home team. Incredible. 4-point deficit, 11 aggregate. Chavez, double drag series, edge, extra pass to the corner. Here's Vanderplas. Great ball movement. Soares running out of time. Step back jumper. And IRAKLIS gets their stop. Moretti, and he can't finish it. Still in the backcourt. I mean, that's not guaranteed. Chavez losing his footing. Lead back down to 2. Final 3:30 remaining. The clock is Dziki's friend as Edge drops it off. Frekovic, and it's off the mark. Frekovic would love to have that one back. But he was fouled. Frekovic's first visit to the free throw line this evening. gets the friendly roll. 3-point deficit for IRAKLIS. Running out of time. 10-point deficit. Can it be done? Thunderbird. Nothing but air, but again, Edler Davis. Right place, right time. Edge feels like he was boxing out. And another missed free throw, offensive rebound. Moretti, and we're tied. Moretti's picking up the loose change. We're not done yet. 3-possession game, final 2:50. Pressure in the backcourt. Dziki handling it. Here's Edge. Stepping away. 2:30. Chance to be the hero over Thunderbird. Rims out. Here we go. Sagu turning on the accelerator. Drop off. Edler Davis can't finish, and Thunderbird with a golden opportunity and can't take advantage. Stolen in the backcourt. Edler Davis sticking it from the corner. Giving IRAKLIS a 3-point lead, down 4 on aggregate. Two-point ball game here in Greece. We have an incredible finish on hand. Who are you representing? Are you representing the Greeks in IRAKLIS? Or are you in Poland biting your fingernails, cheering on the visitors? Let us know. Here it is. IRAKLIS with a 3-point lead, but they are still down aggregate by 4 points. Pressure in the backcourt. Any foul will send Dziki to the free throw line, and Soares better be careful there. Hemmed up by the defense, and it's stolen away by Sagu on the run. He loses it. Edler Davis, he can't finish. My goodness. Trapped in the backcourt. Dziki desperately needing a score here. If not, things could get real interesting. Going inside to Frakovic, but first he's... Ben Vanderplas, 60% from the free throw line. Calmly knocks down the first. Vanderplas taking care of business. back to a 1-point ball game. 6-point aggregate. 88 seconds remaining. IRAKLIS must, and that is a capital M-U-S-T, must score on this possession. The winner of this one taking on CSO Voluntari versus Rigazelli. That matchup kicking off on Easter Sunday. I'm sure it's a few eyeballs from both of those organizations locked in on this one. But both of those got business to take care of themselves. The prize at the end of the rainbow. It's a trip to the ENBL Final Four. Location? You'll just have to keep watching. Well, either way, however this thing wraps up, we're in for a shocker. A shocker from Dziki's perspective of taking down the number 2 seed in the playoffs. Or a shocker in one of the turnarounds in the competition. Here we go. Moretti's going inside. Thunderberg. Risky pass down by Moretti's. The trust in the big fella has had a solid performance here tonight. 14 points, but 5 for 8 from the free throw line. And I'm pretty sure that all the stakes are at the forefront right now for Thunderberg. The work you put in the offseason, the work in practice behind the scenes when no one's watching. This is where they pay dividends. Short. That's what usually happens. The ball feels a little bit heavier. Must have this one. Gets the second. Pressure in the backcourt. Horton. Chavez. Seeing the pressure. Escaping it. Frakovic. You got time. You don't need the foul. 10 seconds. Sees a double team. In the corner. Escapes. Soares. Horton. He loses it. Horton, it just... What had happened was... But we will stay here. 103 remaining. 5-point lead by Dziki. Over the top to Frakovic, and it's called. Frakovic getting the call. And if somehow Dziki is able to pull this off, you see Thunderberg there trying to sell the call there. If Dziki is able to pull this off, it will be earned. Because over 80 minutes, they have proven they're the best team. Is the basket shaking? It looks as though. Well, it paid off. Gotta make something happen quick. Moretti's from downtown, and it won't fall. Miller Davis on it. And Legovic wants to go to the TV screen. He wants to review it. It looks like it was off of Edler Davis. Well, we're going to go check out the CCTV, which never lies. We have an official review. Let's see here. Ooh. I'm not sure. Let's see if this angle helps us out a little bit. It was off the left hand of Edler Davis. No doubt about it. Another fantastic job by our producers. Yep, right there. Edler Davis fighting for it and just off the left palm, and the referee crew getting it right. Well, you're pretty much in foul mode here. I would see if I can get the steal first, but if not, and we will stay here. Fantastic job by Silas. Coming off the bench, ice cold. And making an effort play. Look at this. And Chavez just mishandling it. Again, the referee crew right on top of it. You nervous yet? What an incredible, amazing. This is why we love the sport. This is why we love the game. You see the fans right there in the front row contemplating. This is what we love about live sport, is just the unpredictability. Well, the Final Four is either going to be Greeks or Polish there. Well, while you're waiting, tied ball game in Croatia as well. Manchester basketball with a 2-point lead on aggregate. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And they lose it. Unbelievable. So many opportunities for IRAKLIS, time and time again. And they have just not been able to capitalize. Horton with an opportunity to seal the deal. And he gets the friendly bounce. We're tied inside the building, but IRAKLIS with 7 points on the losing end in that first matchup. Lane violation surely doesn't matter. Dziki back up 1. Sagu on the move. Got to go quick. Got to go quicker. Trying to get inside. Takes the bump inside. And that's what you want. Make them go earn it, because tonight they have not been able to prove that they can make free throws. Close your ears if you're a IRAKLIS fan. 23 for 43 from the line. 20 missed free throws. That is not a typo. Sagu knocks down both. Lead. Aggregate down by 6. You still need a miracle. Pressure in the backcourt. Suarez, he can run the line. Over the top, risky pass, gets it over. Edge, you got to foul now. You must foul. You're in foul mode. You can't wait any longer. Well, I'm just as confused as Chavez. Unless it was a 5-second violation, I'm not sure what the exact call was on that, but well, 24 seconds to go. You gotta have a bucket here. Sagoon off to the races, squeezing his way with the left hand. He can't finish, and that will just about do it. Dziki Warszawa, all the way from the capital of Poland. Putting a shot to the competition. Horton. $26 points. And looking to add. do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Dziki Warszawa doing the unthinkable, punching their ticket back to the ENBL Final Four, upsetting IRAKLIS. And it is much deserved that they walk out of here with a win, because what a performance by the team from Poland, punching their ticket along with Fanatics. We got another matchup across town in Croatia. Manchester basketball moments away from punching their ticket as well. There's your final stats. And it's the free throw line. The 20 missed free throws that will keep IRAKLIS up all night. Well, that does it from us. Dziki Warszawa over IRAKLIS BC. The Greeks bowing out. We could have two teams returning. CSO Voluntary to Champs back in action on Easter Sunday. Make sure you lock in that matchup. But for now, it's been a pleasure. Drew Lasker coming at you on the ones and twos, saying good night from Thessaloniki, Greece.
It's too early. The bed is so warm. My body feels sore. But excuses won't sculpt my future. It's time to rise. Strength isn't found in the comfort zone. It's built through the challenges, where you're reaching for your potential, pushing past limits and reaching new heights. I've found my strength. Now it's your turn. My Fitness, world-class gym and studios.